Today marks 1200, 6 days sharing lessons I learn and continue to learn with all of you. My hope that these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help you achieve your goals, and really empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about pain. Pain, I think that's such a beautiful topic because when we avoid pain, we avoid so many beautiful things in our lives. When we avoid pain, we avoid so many different things. And I will share today multiple things, what we avoid by avoiding pain. Because I think we're supposed to seek pain. We're supposed to go through pain because we get so much out of it. So let's get started. So number one, when we avoid pain, we avoid growth and transformation. Growth and transformation. There is no growth and transformation without pain. No. You can grow a little bit in a sense, very comfortable, but it'll be so slow. And if you actually are that 1%er who wants to achieve that massive success, financial abundance, a very beautiful nurture relationship, a beautiful body, fit body, that means that we are not able to live in a comfort just all the time to achieve that success. No, we need to really try do things. So that means that if we avoid pain, we will not be able to grow and transform the way how we want. Because even in going to gym, if you want to really develop your muscles, you need to really work until it becomes a little bit painful, at least a little bit. People who succeed even more, they go until it's very painful. Exactly the same in relations. You're not able to find exactly what you. So that means that you need to be able to really go through pain of difficult conversations to nurture that relationship. And if you're not able to go through that pain, that means you're not able to grow and transform that relation to something meaningful. Second thing is if we avoid pain, we avoid truth. We'll never find truth about ourselves because one thing is that pain reveals who you are. Pain reveals who you are. So you have a truth. Now, when it reveals who you are, you need to understand that it reveals who you are at the moment. You don't need to accept it. You don't need it. Say, I know that this is who I am right now, but I'm willing to change it. I have changed myself so many different things. I didn't like so many different parts about me, and I was able to change, improve, get better because I was not willing to accept who I am at that moment. I said, I'm not that person yet. I'm not confident yet. I had courage, but I didn't have confidence. So I needed to develop that to become that kind of person. So I didn't accept that I'm shy. I don't accept something that I don't like. And that's something is very important. So, but again, pain reveals who you are because you realize that, okay, this is still hard for me. So that means that this is where I am right now, but I'm not willing to change. I'm willing to change it because when you know the truth, when you're aware, that's the moment that you're able to change because you're able to create a plan to get out of that moment. Number three is we avoid deep connections with others. So that means if we avoid pain, we avoid deep connections with others because it's impossible to have deep connections without really having some kind of pain. Because if you want to really have a again, if you will be lonely all your life, probably will have pain as well. It's different kind of pain, pain from loneliness. But if you want to have deep, nurtured connection, that means you need to have pain through conversations, and that could be as well being able to compromise, being able to really develop ourselves into that. So that means if we avoid pain, we avoid connections with others. Number four is we avoid meaning. I think in life, it's very hard to see how you can really pursue a meaning without pain. Because deepest purpose in life requires struggle. So when you pursue something very, very meaningful, that means there will be some challenge to overcome. There's a reason why most people didn't achieve that because it requires some struggle. And that pain, the pain is that you pay for that meaning, for that struggle. I think that this is There's a word price paying. Paying is you paying the price by pain for that meaning that you'll get. Number five is that we avoid courage and freedom. If we avoid pain, we avoid courage and freedom because how what freedom is achieved. That means that you will have massive fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of success, whatever you call it. But there will be a lot of fear. So that means that when you really avoid pain, you avoid all those things, all those fears. But when you go through it, you get courage, you get freedom, and there are a lot of different freedoms. You freedom to do what you want to do because sometimes people have destroyed their health and they're not able to be independent anymore. They're not able to be free and go everywhere. They're not able to have the money that they want. So avoiding pain is you basically saying I'm avoiding my courage, I'm avoiding my freedom in a lot of different areas of our lives. Number six is we avoid self-discovery. And this is very powerful. We avoid self-discovery. So how are you supposed to know yourself if you know yourself only during good days? If you have no idea how you are in the bad days, that means that you have almost like have an apple and you always look at the same size in the same side and you never look at the other side. How are you supposed to say that you know exactly how that apple actually looks like from the other side? Still the dark side. And that's something that we are as well. Sometimes we look into one side and one side only. You start to believe that this is who we are, but when we really look into other side of ourselves, and that other side of ourselves is through that pain, through that self-discovery. Because we know that, okay, this is how I act during good day, this is how I act during bad day. But the most important part, we need to understand that through pain, when you understand bad days, sometimes maybe okay, you didn't act first time during bad day in a way that you want to act, but the second time because you were aware of it, you were able to change it because the goal is to be able to act always the same. So that means that you have a bad day, you have a good day, you have a bad day, you act always the same because this is who you are. So there's not supposed to be any separation. This is exactly the same apple, just different side. But we need to be able to act in that way. Because sometimes people seems that they act as an apple in a good day and they act look at appear in a bad day because they start to become a totally different person. And we don't want that. And that's why going through that pain allows you to reconnect, rediscover, and find how you can be yourself in a bad day as well. Number seven is we avoid strength and resilience. So when we avoid pain, we avoid strength and resilience, physical as well. Okay, so like how do you want to grow strength in the best possible way? So what it means that it means that you need to be able to push and push and push and the most strength is built at the moment when you fail, when it is painful, when it's you failing. At that moment, you're pushing very hard and you don't want to fail. And at that moment, it's painful. But that is the most strength developing activity. And I think that that's in life as well. So what kind of activity in your life is hurting you right now? What is it painful? For example, you really want to develop your courage, confidence, and going out and say hello to a stranger. Is that comfortable or is it painful? Is it painful? That means it's growing you. If it's comfortable, that means you need to find something that really could stretch you, could improve you, that could develop this resilience, that develop this strength. So that means that every single person needs to understand that our bubble of comfort increases. How we always constantly need to find out how we can stretch more, how we can stretch more, and that will allow us to really handle that hardships even better because we build resilience through going after those challenges and pain. Number eight is we avoid true happiness. When we avoid pain, we avoid true happiness. And why is that? Because there's everything in life is both sides. There's a black and white. There is hot and cold. There is joy and pain. So you're not able to really get always just one side. You always we experience both sides. You have a day and night. And day and night it goes, you're not gonna have a control over it. And that's exactly what with the joy and pain. Sometimes we just do not have control over joy and pain. Be able, I think that one beautiful thing is that the more you lean to the pain, the more you attract joy. The more you lean to joy, you potentially could lean back to pain. Because if you always choose joy instead of pain, at some point, we'll have a pain of regret. We'll have pain of a fat body. We'll have pain of like zero money in the bank. Because we need to understand what that joy means. Now, if somebody is really being able to see joy in that pain, could be a beautiful thing as well. Seeing joy in that pain. But again, you are in pain, you see the joy of the pain because you know that when you keep yourself in that pain of growth, you will see, achieve a lot of joyful things in your life. Because you know why you're doing that, with a meaning, with a smile on your face, you go through challenges. Number 9, we avoid mastery and excellence. So when we avoid pain, we avoid mastery and excellence. I've been athlete. I know that sometimes doing the same thing, the same exercise over and over and over and over and over again, sometimes is boring. Sometimes it becomes painful to do the same exercise over and over again. But we want to really build that exercise to make sure that our body automatically does it and be able to perform the highest excellence level. So that means when we avoid pain, we avoid mastery, we avoid excellence. And that's again one thing that I think that every single person is supposed to see, become general in the thing that they do, become the best in what they do. I don't know what you are trying to achieve, but in everything in life, you can become the best. And I think that every single person is supposed to be ambitious in their field. That's is ambitious. Ambitious is a person who is seeking excellence in their field. And if you avoid pain, we avoid excellence. The last thing that I want to mention is that when we avoid pain, we avoid living fully. If you want to live a full life, that means we need to experience everything: joy, pain, experience things in a positive, in a the best way. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things is that, as I mentioned before, is that when you pursue pain, you will receive joy. That means that every single time when you pursue things that potentially is from the negative side, rather than being afraid of negativity, going through negativity and allow that negativity to transform us to the person that really attracts different things, attracts success, builds a brand, builds character. I think it's a beautiful thing because that's where you actually feel like living. Because if you feel always the same emotion, blank emotion, it doesn't feel like living. But when you're actually going outside, making things happen, go through pain, you build resilience, you build character, you build joy, you feel all the kind of emotions, struggle, and start to say, oh, like this is the life. This is a beautiful life. Being able to appreciate, because the more you experience things, the more you're able to appreciate the things that you experience. Because you have that contrast comparing all the things, because people who have been on the bottom, they're able to experience the highs even more, and they are able to so much more appreciative. People who always been above and been just average, they don't experience like very high either because they just never been that low. You don't need to go to low, but just I think that every single person is able to choose to put themselves through pain to make sure that they're able to achieve the highest level. So I hope that you will reflect as well. What are your pains that you are avoiding? And ask yourself, what would happen if you would not avoid that pain and you go through that pain? What kind of benefits you would get out of it? So what are you avoiding because you avoid that pain? So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.